The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since
Now it's time for the Mike Norvell TV show presented by AutoZone. From parts to helpful advice, AutoZone has everything you need to get in the zone. AutoZone. The show is supported by the Tennessee Lottery, Subway, and Chick-fil-A.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Mike Norvell Show, presented by AutoZone, year number 3. And, Coach, we've had so much fun, really, the last couple of years. 10 wins a year ago. A lot of those guys, especially on defense, coming back. New quarterback. Give us your sense of the way camp is going as we get ready for Mercer in just a little bit.
Well, I think everybody's excited about the new year starting. It's been an incredible off-season, summer conditioning, the fall camp, how it's rolled through with such an excitement and anticipation of kickoff coming here this next week. And I can tell you our players, they've really made a wonderful commitment to what we're trying to accomplish as a program and as individuals. And so I'm excited to get it kicked off.
We have had so much of that enthusiasm early on. Never seen a fan day like we had with lines at the apparel. I thought they were going to do their own 1,500 meters going around that track, and just so much built in. Now you do have a defense that's got a bunch of starters coming back, 8. You did make a change of quarterback because Riley Ferguson graduated. You had a little battle going on, and Brady White has emerged as the guy.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun to watch the competition within our team. Some of the newcomers that have entered our program have really bought into the culture that we've been able to establish here. There is great competition at every position. There are guys that were starters last year that have battled for their jobs and really been pushed. I think we have some newcomers that are going to be able to come in and be instant impact players for us. But what you talked a little bit about the experience that is returning. So there is a confidence in what we're doing, and that's really shown up here in our preparation, and excited about those guys you mentioned.
Everything usually begins in the trenches. 4 returning starters there, and 2 young guys that are both freshmen that could battle for that left side position.
Yeah, it's great. Anytime you have experience on the offensive defensive line returning, that gives you a great deal of confidence going into the year. You mentioned the 4 starters on the O-line. We've had a young man, Dylan Parham, Isaac Ellis, the 2 guys you mentioned, and that have really thrust themselves into a position where I think they can help us at a high level here this year. And it's been fun to watch that group really gel. And same thing on the defensive front. I think it's as deep of a unit as we've had. Being able to get guys, back like Jackson Dillon, that's gonna be a big impact for us. But seeing the growth that we've had on that side of the ball has been impressive as well.
And then, of course, everybody's going to want to know about the quarterback. And I got to tell you, media day, I got to sit at the lunch table with him and sort of pick his brain. I'm not sure in all the years I've done this that I've met a more articulate guy than Brady White, and I know you go back a long way with him.
Our relationship is one that stems over the years, and I've been so very impressed to watch his development and his growth. He was coming into our program. He was excited about an opportunity to compete, and the thing that I've been really pleased with is he came in and he just went to work. He didn't come in with any expectation. He's worked every single day to try to put himself in a position to be able to lead this football team. And what has been fun to watch through camp is just the way that our guys gravitate to him. Every single day he's in the meeting room, he's on the practice field. He's showing that he can be a leader for this team, and those guys have done a great job. You help him get acclimated to our program.
You went to Jackson again for bonding, and I guess the thing is, this camp was maybe, you say, your best of the 3 years. Sort of explain why.
Well, you see how our guys are working, and especially this past week, when we went 6 straight days, and every day, guys came out and competed with a purpose. When you get into the grind of camp, it's a challenge. Your legs get tired, your mind gets tired, but our guys came out and went to work every single day, and really put themselves in a position, jumping into game week, that I think we definitely have our eyes in the right place, and I'm excited about going into game week.
Okay. I guess it was at the end of last year, I talked to you a little bit about how you were going to replace this or that. I was really thinking your quarterback. I said, what's your biggest concern? And you told me your punter. Because, look, we become punter U at this university. It's amazing, and you've, I guess, found a big solution.
No question. Adam Williams has done a remarkable job. Probably been one of the highlights of our fall camp. I've been very consistent, especially in the scrimmage atmospheres, and I'm expecting big things from him this year.
That is a big guy with when you're 6'5", I guess you can get.
He can generate a little bit of power.
And then there is Riley Patterson, the kicker. And last year he was fairly good early on. I know he missed some crucial kicks at the end. I know he's talked about that himself. Talk about his improvement.
You know, I think you see the growth that he had, the experience of being thrust in there as a true freshman. You know, some of the highs, some of the lows. That's what everybody's going to experience. But he's grown from that. You know, had a tremendous spring, a big spring game where he kicked a 50-something yarder into the wind. Was big, you know, has had a great fall camp. You know, I think Riley's going to be one of the strongholds of our football team, somebody that can be counted on in a very consistent manner.
And I guess the last thing before we start, and we're going to bring in Coach Josh Storms in a little bit. We'll take you to Lambeth and see what the U of M bonding was all about a little bit later in the program. You have new coaches, and you were able to keep a bunch of the coaches those first couple of years, and they've grown and they've gone on, but you've replaced them. How has that stuff worked, the chemistry?
Yeah, I think that was one of the most important things of our offseason is making sure we found the right men to come in and help build this football team. You know, every coach that we brought in is a relationship-based coach, and so you're building the spending that time with our players. You're seeing the continuity of our staff grow. You know, obviously that's stretching into the coach-player relationship. It has been a fun transition, and we got an incredible staff. I think it's shown up with how we recruited, how we've been able to develop these guys in the early parts of fall camp, and we're definitely looking forward to that carryover here into Game 1.
Can't wait to see it all unfold, that's for sure. Here is what is coming up on the show. We mentioned you'll get to meet the strength coach, Josh Storms, and athletic director Tom Bowen is in the house. We've got a bunch of promotions we're going to talk about. We got the Chick-fil-A Inside Access. Again, we'll take you on the road with the team for some bonding. The AutoZone road ahead is all about Mercer. Game 1 at the Liberty Bowl next Saturday night. We're back in a minute on the Mike Norvell Show.
You're watching the Mike Norvell TV show.
Welcome back in, and thank you for giving us some of your time tonight. So we always get to introduce you to some new faces as the season winds down. Josh Storms has been the strength coach for the U of M from the very beginning of the Mike Norvell era, and I know guys have gotten bigger and faster and stronger under your tutelage, but you know, strength coach has a very interesting relationship with the guys because you're probably spend more time with them than any other coach in the summertime. Talk a little bit about how you build relationships with players.
Yeah, our role is unique in what we do, and we get more access to our guys year-round than even their position coach, head coaches, and coordinators do. Summertime, we get 8 hours a week allowed by the NCAA to train our guys. So for us, that's typically split up between a 4-day work week with those guys, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, each day with a different level of focus, just with the goal of pushing those guys to develop beyond where we were last season.
So from the beginning, let's go back, not just last season, but to the very beginning of Mike's tenure here. How much bigger and stronger are these Tigers?
You know, if you want to look at, say, from the end of last summer this time, fast forward 365 days to this year this time, you want to compare some testing numbers and strength numbers. Our average guy in our program over the last 12 months has put over 30 pounds on his squat, just shy of 20 on his power clean, and about 23 on their bench, with their 3-lift total for each guy on the average across the team going up about 55 pounds in their total. That was one of the things we looked at after last season is what's our goal going into this year. And, you know, we like where our speed and athleticism and those things were. And so what we looked at really is developing a larger, stronger, more physical football team. I think our kids did a great job of putting in the work every day that it took to get us to the point we're at right now.
You mentioned speed. Can you make a guy faster?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, some of that's just God-given ability, genetics, having the right mom and dad that hardwired you to be that way. But for us, a lot of our guys will increase speed simply by becoming stronger. If we can make a guy stronger, more explosive, that's more force on the ground. More force on the ground is faster downfield. And you've seen that with guys like Darrell Henderson and Sean Dykes, who put on a lot of appreciable muscle mass on their frames the last 2 years, and you've seen their speed on field, real world fast, get better and better along with that.
I'm glad you brought that. I was going to ask you about Darrell Henderson. They say he gained 20 pounds. You would think that would decrease speed, but that has not been the case?
No. You can ask our defense in camp. There's no step slower there with that guy.
Can't wait to watch him pull away from a whole bunch of folks. There's been a lot of talk this year. Your job is to get the most out of a guy that you can possibly and take him to places where he's never been before. But is there a fine line be going to that point and going over that line?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a line. I mean, our guys we're training those guys for absolute maximum performance. So as soon as you do that, you're moving away from feel good, health, and wellness to what is the human body strictly capable of. So for us, it's really talk about relationships, is having the relationships with those guys to be able to just even seeing the look on the guy's face when he comes in the weight room. Is he bouncing around? Is he outgoing? Is he himself? Or does he look like he's kind of got a cloud hanging over him on that day? Sometimes you start seeing that on more than one guy. You start thinking, okay, are we overtraining these guys? Do we need to alter the plan ever so slightly? Because we plan everything out well in advance with the expectation that if we need to change, whether it be crank it up or back off slightly, we'll always keep the freedom to do that within our program, making sure what we're doing on every given day is what's best for our guys and where they're at that time of year.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
I tell people this all the time. Since day one to now, when we get off the bus, man, we look better. There's no question about it. Josh Storms, thank you very much. We take a break. The head guy, the athletic director, the leader of this family, Tom Bowen, is next.
You're watching the Mike Norvell TV show.
Welcome back. You know, it's always fun to see faces come back, and Tom Bowen is with us now. He's our leader. Okay, so you've been really banging the drum about tickets, and I know it has been terrific. Season tickets, I think, are going to probably break a record. I know you'll probably say something about that later in this coming week, but it's all very positive, and you start off with Mercer, and a game that is affordable for all thanks to Kroger.
Correct. As we've done every year, this is the 6th game starting the season with the Kroger Fight Hunger, and it's a 901 ticket this year, and $1 of it goes to Fight Hunger. So we're asking everybody to come out. Come support us. Go to your local Kroger stores, 35 stores. You can buy this ticket and come to the game because we want a great crowd next Saturday to root on Coach Norvell and our student athletes and all our Tigers to have a great day and a great atmosphere because right now we need to fill that stadium. That's a #1 priority right now for us is to have a great opening day for the 2018 season.
And I do want to remind everybody, the main revenue source for the U of M twofold. It's giving and it's ticket streams because the media deal is not as good as a Power 5. I don't think that's a secret to anybody.
No, but
so tickets are so important.
Correct, and every ticket matters. So season ticket holders have been outstanding. We're going to have an epic number of season ticket holders. We have a 3-pack now where you can buy one game and pick any 2. You can buy the UCF game and any 2 or any other game and any other 2 games. You can buy single game tickets. We're very affordable. We have day game parking. We have some parking available. And we have some chairbacks still available if you want to buy season tickets down to chairback. So right now, if you haven't made up your mind, I'm asking you, I'm calling all Tigers, calling all Memphians, let's go. Let's show up and give Coach Norvell and these student athletes a great crowd on September 1st.
Now, you also are enticing people with other promotions along the way. So that's the 901 is just one of the promotions.
Right. Then we have the Military and Veterans Day is 9/22 against South Alabama. UConn is our homecoming game, which will be another great game. As you know, the UCF game is the rematch from the last championship for the American Athletic Conference and certainly our chance to bring them into our stadium, and it's a whiteout day. We have basically Tulsa is the promotion for cancer awareness. It's our cancer awareness game. And then Houston is on Black Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. We're asking for a blackout and a great final game of for the seniors and fill the stadium. So it's a great 7-game homestand. We want you to be a part of it. We're asking you to come.
And that Houston game, that could be for the championship. And those games with the Cougars have been unbelievable the last few years.
They have been. As every opponent in the American Athletic Conference has been. And it's been a great conference, and the conference is on the rise. Our 5th anniversary, and the American is rising, as we like to know, P6. So here we go.
All right, and one last thing. How do people get those tickets if they haven't done it yet?
If you haven't done it, everything can be done online. You can select a seat online. You can print your tickets at home. You go to Go Tigers Go and #Tix and .com, and you'll see it. And then right there you can get anything you want and sit where you want and see at the game.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it, my friend. Thank you.
Go
Tom Bowen, Athletic director. We take a break. When we come back, we'll take a trip to Jackson, Tennessee. You'll watch the Tigers all come together.
Watching the Mike Norvell TV show.
Welcome back in. It's time for a little inside access brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Coach, the couple of things that amazed me was the fan support you got early on. One, the trip to Lambeth. You'll see that in just a second. The other, fan day, was like 100 degrees outside, and there were, I think, 1,000 people on the South Campus for that particular day to watch that scrimmage. That was incredible.
No, that was big. And for us, we opened up for both of our scrimmages because I wanted to create that type of game-like atmosphere, and to walk out on South Campus practice field, and it's surrounded by all of our Tiger Nation wearing basically a sea of blue, and then the next weekend going to Lambeth campus and seeing that same type of sport and excitement for the upcoming season. It really gets our guys energized, and they understand who we're representing, and that's something that's big for our program.
Now the Lambeth campus, that's a cool place, and there were 1,200 or more who showed up for that. Let's take a little inside access look.
Very excited for the Tigers. I think they have a great team coming back, a great nucleus. Very excited for the team.
Go Tigers!
Now that Anthony and Riley Ferguson are gone, it's going to be a little different, but I think we've still got a lot of talent to look forward to. And you know, it's been a long off season. It's been a long off season.
We just can't wait. We know it's going to be a great year for the Tigers and for Mike Norvell. It'll be great.
I go back to the days when we were 1-10 and sitting in the stands, nobody there, 3,000 people, and to see how this many people show up out here, it's incredible. I'm looking forward to hopefully filling up the stadium this season. I mean, I'm super excited.
Guys, I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Man, it is incredible to step on this field and to see your faces. Man, this group of young men that we get to coach, they are absolutely phenomenal young men. They understand who they represent. And whenever I walk out on this field and I got a sea of blue surrounding this football field, that help brings it home to them. As you can see, we coach them hard. We have high expectations because every day and every action that we have, we understand it represents you. It represents this great city. Give me a go Tigers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Tigers!
I loved it. That was a sea of blue, and Coach, that's to me what a program is all about. When you see these numbers grow every year, I know we'll see it in the stands starting next Saturday, but just to see Fan Day, Lambeth, that's amazing stuff.
Yeah, and it's for our players when they truly get to see the faces, see the kids, and understand who we're representing when we step on that field. That's what makes it so special. And you know, obviously the recognition that our program gets nationally, that is all supportive of Memphis, and that continues to grow our city's brand, and we're excited about who we represent.
The Tigers step on the field for real Saturday night against Mercer. We take a look at that AutoZone road ahead in just a minute.
You're watching the Mike Norvell TV show.
Oh, it's finally here. We've got football at the Liberty Bowl, 6 o'clock Saturday night. Mercer will be coming to town. This is a ball club around 500 a year ago. They gave Auburn a heck of a tussle. This is not just one of those real cupcakes.
Well, it's an up-and-coming program, and you sit there and you mentioned the Auburn game. It was a one-score game late into the fourth quarter. So we understand that we've got opponents coming in here we're going to get their absolute best effort. But for us, our focus has got to be ourselves, and we've got to go out there and we've got to play a clean football game. There is a lot of excitement about our guys getting back on the field of the Liberty Bowl. We understand the expectation, and we're ready to get out there and get this thing kicked off.
I know you got a new locker room. If you don't mind, give us a little peek into what that's going to be like.
Oh, it's going to be incredible. You know, we're going to get to show it to our players there on Friday of this week, and I know it's going to be a special moment to see that continued commitment to enhancing our program, to making their experience the best it can possibly be, and then come Saturday, it's time to get it going, and I know these guys are fired up about it.
I'm told that locker room is going to be as good as any in America, and a new sound system amongst some of the other improvements that you'll see at the Liberty Bowl. It's a real home field advantage now.
Well, I think that you see over the last few years, I mean, we played extremely well there at home and into Liberty Bowl, and creating that atmosphere. That's why it's so important to continue to put people there in the stands. Come and enjoy the experience. It's something that really resonates with our players. The Tiger Walk's going to be at 3:30. We're excited to be able to walk through Tiger Lane, and you're definitely ready to run out of that tunnel.
Can't wait. Thank you much, Coach. We'll see you Saturday night at the Liberty Bowl. We'll see all of you. Kickoff time, 6 o'clock. Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Mike Norvell TV show presented by AutoZone. From parts to helpful advice, AutoZone has everything you need to get in the zone. AutoZone. The show is supported by the Tennessee Lottery, Subway, and Chick-fil-A.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.